Hi, this is Ron Nutter, and welcome to another edition of TechBytes with Ron Nutter product reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the Apricussail, and that was a fun one to pronounce, 4-slot fast intelligent charger, and 3 things you need to know. If this video helps you, please click on subscribe, and if you could click on a like too, I'd really appreciate that. There are all sorts of chargers out there, and this one had a feature to it that really got my attention. Now, the first thing we need to look at is thing number 1, and that's 4 independent charging slots. What this is a fancy way of saying is that, say you put 4 batteries in and one or 2 charge in half the time of the others. As far as they complete their charge and the others are still charging, you can pull those fully charged batteries, put 2 more in. It's not going to affect the other 2, and yet you're shortening your time instead of having to wait for all of them to complete their charge. You can just layer in the charging and keep going. So that's a handy thing to have. Now, this is the thing that got my attention, and it's thing number 2, and there's a reserved slot for battery capacity testing. And I'm speaking to the guys out there, please read the manual. This is not something that's going to be intuitive. You can just look at it and go, oh, I pressed the analyze button. No. There's a little bit of a dance to it. And it's slot number 4, I believe, is the only one that you can do this with. So don't think you can analyze all 4. And if I'm doing analyzing, I'm probably not going to be doing charging just to be on the safe side, because I don't want to confuse the brains of the charger. So that is there, but please read the booklet that comes with it, because there's some things you've got to know how to do. And keep the booklet in hand. I would stick it in the bag that came with the charger. Thing number 3, as I said before, each slot independently charges. Now, in the grand scheme, that doesn't seem like much, but I remember when one of my first nickel metal hydride chargers is I had to change the batteries in pairs. So you had to assume that when the light went on that both batteries had equally charged. That may or may not happen. But now with this charger, each slot is independently being governed, so your likelihood of getting a properly charged battery is much better in this kind of situation. Thing number 4, and this is a bonus item, it's something to remember if you are using 9-volt rechargeable batteries. This charger is not set up to replenish those. Not all chargers are, but I always try to have the minimum number of chargers that I can, and this is one of those cases I'm going to have a charger for that specific type of battery. So take a look at this one, see what you think about it, and just for the battery capacity testing alone, this one's worth adding to your bag of tricks. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.